Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another comic book video. Now the last time I did a video like this was when I was explaining to you guys who Damien Darhk was in terms of comic books and also who he was in the TV show. But in this video we're going to be talking about Black Lightning. I'm going to give you guys a little kind of scratch and sniff about the character's background or what he's able to do. And then I want to give you guys kind of like an opinion review about the TV show Black Lightning, which again, if you've seen my Twitter, I loved it. I really did. It was pretty cool. It was amazing. But anyways, let's go ahead and start talking about his comic book character. Now obviously Black Lightning is a DC Comics character. His first appearance was actually his solo debut, which was Black Lightning issue 1 of 1977. He was created by Tony Isabella and Trevor Von Eiden. I'm very bad at pronouncing names. Now, Tony Isabella had his fair share of work with Marvel's Luke Cage. He decided to pitch an idea to DC Comics about a new superhero, which ended up being Black Lightning. Black Lightning's real name is Jefferson Pierce. He has an ex-wife and 2 daughters, which one of them is a metahuman called Thunder. I'm not going to really cover her character, because I just want to give you guys an idea of who Black Lightning is, or what comic book he came from, and his powers and abilities. Now his powers and abilities goes electrokinesis, electroblast, force field, he has superhuman strength, electrical healing, he has electroportation, he's very skilled in hand-to-hand combat. So I'm going to give you guys an opinion and review about the TV show Black Lightning. Even though it only has 1 episode, it's doing really well. I watched it twice to make sure I still felt the same way about it, and I do. I love the episode so much. I feel like it's probably the best episode we had in terms of like Flash, Arrow, Legends, and Supergirl. I really dig it. The actor who plays Black Lightning is called Cress Williams, which by the way, the dude is freaking handsome, and the way they put him in the TV show just feels like he's perfect for the role. The chemistry in the TV show I felt like was fantastic. I mean, like the last time I saw something like this would probably be more of like Sons of Anarchy, when everyone was able to kind of like just go with the flow with the entire set and everything, and I feel the same way as I do with Black Lightning. The actor who plays Black Lightning is named Cress Williams, which by the way I just want to point out, the dude is handsome as hell and he's built like a goddamn tank. At least that's what it looks like. That guy looks amazing in both costumes, both the suit and the Black Lightning suit, but he looks incredible. And I just want to put that out there. I just wanted to say it. Screw it. This is probably like irrelevant information, the extra details, but I don't care. Fight me. So what I loved about the way the episode started was with him being a father. It wasn't necessarily throw him in being a superhero. It was more a bit about him being a father. He was picking up his daughter who got arrested at a protest, and on the way home, he's trying to explain to her about the things that are okay to do and not okay to do. That there's a time and place for certain things, and you know, he doesn't want her to be around situations that could lead to something bad happening to her. The episode kind of takes like a 180. Jefferson Pierce gets pulled over by cops who didn't really seem like cops at first, and because even I was looking at it like something sketchy. And then they pull him out of the car, they handcuff him, and then they start to walk him towards a police car, but they don't put him inside the car. There's a lady sitting in the back. The police officer looks at her and says, "Is this the guy?" And she says no. So they just uncuff him, put him back in the car, and when he tries to ask him like what's going on, they don't tell him anything. They just tell him have a nice day. But obviously Jefferson Pierce gets really frustrated because the entire area that they're at is still dealing with racism. So he tries to tell him, let me guess the description fit my description. And the police officer just kind of like chuckles, laughs at him, and tells him to have a nice day. And this is the part where you kind of see a tiny glimpse of a superpower where like everything electric, everything running on battery just kind of like starts to die out. Everything's flashing. You see his eyes turn a different color, or like they're just filled with electricity. And I personally thought he was going to just start swinging at the police officer, but then he takes a deep breath and calms down, and then everything goes back to normal. Another amazing thing about the show is the fact that not only is he a superhero and a father, but he's also the principal of a school his daughters attend. One works there, I think, and one attends the school. I should probably have said that. There was a scene in there that there was 2 scenes actually that I genuinely loved. It was the fact that they were trying to have a conversation about adding metal detectors in the school, and Jefferson Pierce, Black Lightning, was saying that he doesn't want metal detectors in the school because he doesn't want his kids to feel like they're in a prison or they have to be constantly checked up on because they could be potentially bad students. Now the second thing is going to be a really long one, so just kind of bear with me on this one. It starts off with his 2 daughters talking in the restrooms about that one of them is going to go to a house party. At least that's what she tells her older sister. But in reality, they're actually going to a club called the 100. The 100 is basically a place where the gang 100 kind of like meets up and hangs out. It's like their own little hangout. So since she kind of lied about where she was going, the situation she ends up having there goes completely south. She meets up with this guy, which she thought was kind of cute, and then the guy's kind of surrounded by other members of the 100. So while all of this is happening inside the club, Jefferson Pierce arrives home expecting to see his youngest daughter on her bed. And he finds out that she's not home, so he calls his oldest daughter, asking her where she is. Oldest daughter comes clean and says she was going to be at a house party and was going to be back home by 10:15. Jefferson Pierce gets mad, turns on his phone locator thing to track his daughter down, only to find out that she's actually at a club called The 100. Now, when he arrives there and he's trying to find her, he sees her being dragged. Well, not really dragged, but kind of like being forced to follow along wherever direction the guys are taking her and the guy she was talking to originally. They walk into an office, the door's closed, and inside the office ends up being like a leader. The dude's telling him that the guy owes him money, and then he looks at the girl and says maybe she should do some time inside the hotel to pay up for some of the cash that she's in there. She doesn't find that appealing, and she beats the crap out of the douche that she was originally talking to, and then eventually they still won't let her go, but they end up hearing gunshots outside. The reason being is because while that was going on, Jefferson Pierce was trying to get inside the office to talk to his daughter or to pull his daughter out. The guy doesn't let him inside the room, so he beats the crap out of him. And then the entire club just starts flickering. You see Jefferson Pierce in action, which I feel like originally how I told you guys electroportation. I'm not entirely sure how that works. I'm not sure if that gives him some kind of like movement speed, but throughout the entire episode, you see the guy just kind of like warping in a sense, punching people left and right with nothing but like electricity in his hands, just like knocking them all out to the point where everyone inside the club is knocked out. Well, not almost everyone, but people from the gang, from the 100 gang. The daughter walks out of the club, out of the office, sees everyone down, and she makes a run for it. Now, the following scene, the reason why I enjoyed this part, and the reason why I'm saying it's still related to the principal part, because it goes from father figure, then superhero, then principal part, is because at the school, the kid she was originally talking to ended up finding out what school she goes to. He took a peek at her phone while they were on the table, and he took the abbreviations of her Instagram name and stalked her to the point where he knew what school she was going to. So he was trying to force her to talk to him, and the oldest daughter gets there in time to kind of like, you know, push him away, and he gets pissed, and then when she drops kicks the guy, slams him to the floor. He gets up and tries to pull out a gun. The moment he's about to pull out the gun, Jefferson Pierce makes it right in time to stop him from pulling out the gun, and he gets people to go inside. Now, the reason why I love this scene so much is because he's literally preventing the guy from not only shooting his daughters, but people that are attending the school. And now, it goes back to the first one where we're talking about metal detectors, and I feel like that scene itself was just like incredible. I loved it. He persuaded the kid not to pull out his gun, but as the kid's walking away, he tells him that this isn't over. So now we're going to talk about the highlight of the episode, and this is when he's wearing the suit, which by the way, he gets from a tailor, and I won't spoil it anymore from there. But his entire suit looks incredible. It's the one from the promo images, obviously, but it's just like, I can't explain how amazing and incredible this costume looks. Now, while he's suited up, we get to see things that I've already mentioned about his powers. The electrokinesis, the force field, which he has going on above his chest, which gives it that whole electric magnetic kind of feel going on. And we just see him have like electric abilities. I'm not sure about electrical healing. We didn't really see that inside the episode because after he saves his kids, he's actually showering. And I'm not seeing any healing, but I see like some kind of scratch. So I'm not sure if they're gonna go like the whole Arrow approach, where you know how Arrow, Oliver Queen has like scar tissues and everything going around his body. Like I'm not sure if they're gonna keep it that way, or if he's just gonna be able to heal himself. Because again, I don't know too much about Black Lightning. I'm not sure what electrical healing means. If it's kind of like Infamous, where the video game Infamous, where when you're damaged and you heal yourself up, everything just looks better and you feel better and you're kind of healthy again. So I'm not 100% sure. Another thing that I really did enjoy about this episode was the fact that he was able to have a voice modulator going on in his costume when he finally saves his kids. Now, I thought they were going to just go with the approach of him just speaking, because I felt like his daughters and his family already knew who he was. At least to the point I thought that's what was going on, but I'm going to assume that they don't know who he is. And then at the very end of the episode, we get to see two important things happening, and I feel like it was done on purpose to kind of give a direction of the episode. The first one is we get to see Tobias Well. He's kind of like the arch enemy of Black Lightning. He's basically the leader of the 100 gang. He was a person who was a very good politician, but he was winning through corruption. I guess something happened along the lines where he just flopped hard, and then he ended up just being the leader of the 100. I think that's the direction it went. If I said that incorrectly, then that's my bad, because again, I don't have too much information about Black Lightning or his characters. Now the next thing is, we get to see his oldest daughter have a superpower. She ends up being a metahuman. She ends up breaking this goddamn thing because she wakes up from having like an anxiety attack because she hears a gun, like a gunshot. And she walks to the bathroom, and she's just staring at herself in the mirror, just kind of like heavily breathing, and then we see her hand just kind of glow, and she just like snaps the sink like completely, or like halfway at least, and then the episode just ends there. So overall, you guys, I feel like Black Lightning is going to be a really good TV show. Again, I'm digging the costume. I'm hoping to see the second episode soon, and by hoping I mean like I want it out now, you know, just like secretly release it on Sunday on CW. How about that? Just release it. But no, seriously, you guys, I honestly did enjoy the episode. Hopefully I did a pretty decent job reviewing it and giving you guys an opinion about like the scenes that I enjoy. Like I feel like personally, I love the show overall. The things that were confusing to me was not enough information was given about the 100. I know they kind of made it clear that it's like a gang, But what I wanted to know more about was, why did Jefferson have this? How did Jefferson get an unwritten agreement with the Gang 100 to not do any kind of like gang activity within the area? And if Jefferson pierces Black Lightning, why is he allowing a lot of the things just kind of slide? Even though in the episode it says that it's been like 7 years since he did any kind of action or anything like that, I just want to know what led him to completely stop. Even though in the episode it's like he made a promise to his ex-wife about not continuing to be Black Lightning, but I feel like there's just not I feel like personally that's not really too good of a reason, but I can understand why it be in that direction, because even the show Arrow, they did it to where season 1 Tommy dies, and then season 2 Oliver doesn't kill anymore, and which again, it's really friggin' incredible that they even allow a superhero to kill anybody, and the show just kind of brushes it aside. But I wanted to know like what exactly caused him to just let all these things slide. And if you're hearing any noise, because my dog is stepping on a bag behind. But yeah, everybody, thank you all so much for watching the episode. Or the video. Thank you so much for watching. I don't know why I said episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section below if there could be things I could improve on, video editing wise, the video itself, the content I'm providing, because I did write it down on a notebook and like little points on what I wanted to cover and go over. Hopefully it's a lot more smoother than the other videos that I've done. But yeah, if you like what you saw and you're new to the channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And if you want to see me play video games on a live stream, I stream on Twitch. You can go there with the link in the description below. This shirt, I made it myself. I actually cut out the stencil. So if you're interested in the shirts too, the link's in the description below. And but if you're in my streams, you get a nice little discount code. But no, yeah, so thank you all so much for watching the video. I truly do appreciate it. Hopefully give Black Lightning a chance, because like I really want to see the show succeed, and I feel with the right attention, the right support, even though it's already doing amazing and incredibly well, because that's all I saw over Twitter while I was streaming. I'm just like refreshing and I'm streaming, and then finally when I ended the stream I was able to watch the episode. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I will see you all in the next video, and hopefully I can make this video as short as possible. If not, well, I tried. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.